So today I thought I'd give you kind of a tour of my truck camper. It's a 2024 Arctic Fox 992. And when I first got this, I think it was last year, I did kind of a new setup deal, and I kind of briefly covered a couple things, but didn't really go through it very detailed. Wasn't really planning on it, but had enough people asking me back then on some stuff that I decided to go ahead and just do a walkthrough, and then I can show you a couple things I've done to it as well. Haven't done much. Over time, I'm sure as I use it, I'll probably make some more changes too. But anyway, let's start on the outside, and then we'll move on into the inside. So starting here in the front, the jacks I've got, the front ones actually swing out. And the reason to do that is because of the dually, otherwise it won't fit. And because of me running a little wider tire, they stick out a bit. I barely fit between these two front jacks, but it works. If I'd have gone any wider, it wouldn't have fit. So I was kind of lucky on that. But anyway, so mine came with this. If you don't have a dually, you don't need this. And then we'll slide back a little bit and kind of go over some more stuff. So starting here on this first compartment is my propane. So, and I have two tanks. And this actually slides out. I believe, if I remember right, it's a 7-pound tank. So if I'm remembering right, the normal ones are about 5 gallons. I think these are 7. But anyway, so I got 2 of those, and so far they lasted really well. I've been on quite a few camping trips when it's cold, and they've done really well. I emptied this one once, and I just filled it up before this camping trip. This one's still full. So anyway, so I got 2 of those. And this is where I put my fresh water. It goes in here. I got a deal here. It's for if you want to have a satellite or whatever, satellite ready. Haven't used that. Not sure exactly how that all works. Somewhere along the way I'll probably figure it out. So this compartment is my batteries. And I have 2 of those. I'm not sure how many hours of batteries I have in there, but so far they've lasted really well. To go along to charge the batteries, I do have 2 solar units up there. I think they said it's 400 watts of solar. So far they're doing really well. They've been keeping things charged up really good. I'll get a better feel for it as I get through the summer, the more I use it. So far, working great. Then I got an auxiliary shower here. If you ever want to run a hose out and do that, or have a shower out here or whatever, I've got that. And then this here is my water heater. Runs off propane, and it works, it's just great. So switching to this side, this of course is the side where my pop out comes out. And that basically the kitchen area where you sit down to eat, your table and the benches, and the fridge area, the fridge all slide out. Gives you a lot more room, which makes it feel a lot bigger in there. This compartment here is just a storage compartment. I keep odds and ends in there, anywhere from Gus's dog food to things to level the trailer or the truck, fuel for the chainsaw, the bucket, just things like that. Anyway, so that's just a storage deal. This basically is where the valves for the to empty everything, to dump the gray water, the black water, and the fresh water. And then also there's drain valves in here for winterizing and stuff like that. I don't know if you can see this, but this is basically just the plug-in for power from house or whatever. So that kind of covers. There's one more thing. Let's move to the back. I'll show you that. Okay, so here at the back of the trailer, I've got a plug-in outlet here. That's what I plug my Traeger into, and you can use it for other things, of course, as well. On this side over here, we've got the generator and the compartment to get into that. And then here in the center, where you come up on, you got a step right here. This step actually pulls out. And then I'll just move this to here. And then you have this compartment right here, which is kind of cool. I haven't used it for a lot yet. Anyway, and it has a slide-in drawer that pulls out. And you can put whatever you want in here, but I keep my hot dog roasting sticks or marshmallow ones or whatever you want to call them or use them for. I'm sure I'll end up using it probably for fishing poles and stuff too, what I'll end up using it for eventually this summer. But anyway, so this is kind of nice, a little bit outside storage. So then one of the last things I'm going to cover on the back of the trailer is the actual awning. I've only got part way out. Started getting a little breezy earlier today, so I pulled it in a little bit, but it did sprinkle on it for us for a little bit, so I just kind of left it out a little bit. But anyway, so it's got the awning, and that pretty much covers the outside for the most part. Of course, you got some lighting on the back here and on the side over there. Other than that, I think that pretty much covers the outside. So moving to the inside now. Cover this side over here first. This is your bench. This is the slide out part, and this whole area here, clear to the fridge, all that slides out and all that moves clear in. So you can't even really get into the bed section if it's in all the way. I can sneak in the door, but I can't get it back up into there. But anyway, it opens it up nicely here, and it's a nice table. I mean, it's a nice setup, and this actually will fold down into. This folds down, and then these all use the backs and everything, and you can make a bed out of that. And then your fridge is right here, and it's all electric. Got food for this camping trip, and then the freezer's up here. So, and it runs off. It doesn't run off propane. It runs off electric, solar, and power from the house or whatever. And then right back here, you have this opens up, and this pulls out. So you kind of have places to put a lot of stuff there. Just kind of nice. So moving over to here, as you come in the door, you've got, well, down here, you've got all the switches for your water pump, water heater, porch lights, all your lights, your slide out, the awning, all that stuff, and this switch for the generator, on and off switch. And then moving up from there, we have the sink. This actually pulls out, which is really nice, and there's a switch under there so you can actually spray. But nice big sink. I actually have a little, I don't know what you call it, Tupperware plastic type of container that shrinks down that I put in here, so I don't use so much water. It works. I found it to work really well. Used that same setup in my toy hauler and also with the turtleback when I washed. So, and then you got a couple windows. You got cupboards up here. This is where I keep plates, glasses, and stuff so it can fall out. But anyway, and then I got some stuff up there. I just got some of the basics. Then I kind of add stuff as I go if I need it. Got the microwave right here. So, kind of nice. You got the fan, light and a fan right there. Then down here, I have an oven and cast iron in there. I haven't used the oven yet. I'm sure somewhere along the way I will. I have used the top though, and this just folds back. And you got a 3-burner, and anyway, it works good. And then it's got a spot in the back where you can put your knives, and I've got a set of knives there. It works pretty slick. And moving back, you've got a couple containers, storage, not containers, but storage spots. This is pretty small. So I just keep an extra roll of paper towel, some cups, and just little odds and ends of stuff. This is kind of like your closet here. It's got a hanger, place you can hang stuff, and I just keep a coat in there in case it gets too cold. I got a first aid kit in there, a pair of boots, my lantern, just any other stuff like that. Then moving back from there is the bathroom. And one thing I'm going to make a mention is I added this. So I'm gonna turn this off. Anyway, it just connects up there, and then it's worked really good. It's nice having the paper towels out of the way rather than on the counter. So that has been really nice. And then I don't have a lot of drawer space. I guess I didn't cover these. So I got silverware and stuff like that there. And I was putting some of my stuff in here, but kind of wanted to place close with some dish towels and stuff like that. So I got this, and it actually just a container to hold stuff on the counter. And I got some of the it's got Velcro type deal on the bottom that are super sticky, so it holds it. It doesn't go anywhere. It's right there all the time. But if you needed to, you could still pull it out. But so that's been really nice because it's freed up that of the drawer and made it. And it's nice. And it looks good. It's easy to get the stuff that you need. So that's been working really good. So those are the two main things I've done. Is I've added that and added the paper towel roller. I'm sure I'm going to end up adding some stuff, you know, as time goes, and if I do, I'll show you. So back to the bathroom. So here's a place you can hang some towels. You got a place for a hand towel, and then you got a small cupboard here. I just keep a few things in there, toothbrush, stuff like that. You do have a light up there, which gives you quite a bit of light, and then you also have one up here. So, and then you got the shower here, and I will probably change the nozzle out eventually. That one's pretty cheap. I have taken a shower at once. It's fairly tight. One thing I'm going to probably end up doing is get something that I can, like a magnet. In fact, I got the magnets. Somehow I can attach that there so that it keeps that against the wall. But I mean, it's tight, but it works. You got your toilet down here. It's an actual porcelain toilet, but it's pretty nice. You got a cover here, and I keep toilet paper and stuff like that, some cleaning stuff down there. You got your sink, another switch here which turns your lights on up there. You got a mirror here, and this actually pulls off, and the Velcro wasn't holding it so you could twist it. So I put some really strong ones on. I don't care if it doesn't pull off. I just want it to not be swinging around when I'm driving. And then I'm sure if I pull on it, I just don't want it to, I just want it to stay there. And then you got in here, you got a couple, some shelves in there to keep some stuff. So that pretty much covers the bathroom. You do have one other thing. You have a fan here. You can do that. And you got a switch here, so you can air out the bathroom. All right, and you got a nice sunlight above the shower. So, all right, let's move back to the bed area. So this is fairly tight right here, coming through. That was one thing I wasn't sure I was gonna like. It wasn't as open, but I did get the bathroom is the dry shower, so your shower is separate from the whole bathroom. You don't have all your stuff in the shower. That part I do like, but actually now that I've had it, I kind of like this. So anyway, just kind of briefly go through here. All right, start right here. You got that opens up. You can put stuff in there. This opens up. You can put stuff in there. So exactly the same thing on the other side. You've got plug and places to charge your phone, things like that. On both sides of the bed, you've got a little cubby there. You can put some stuff in there. Up there, I put my hats up there. So I have a cubby up there. And that's kind of like a little closet area too that you can hang stuff up in and stuff too. But and then you turn back to here, and you have a TV that's right here. And then you also have one of those, I don't know what you call them, it's a fan. Those really pull a lot of air out of here if you turn that on. I had that in my toy hauler in a couple spots, or 3 spots. But, so this is kind of the basics. One thing with a truck camper, it's sure hard to keep your bed looking good because it's hard to get, it's just hard to get it all around, and you move and it pulls it out, and anyway, but it's comfortable and it works and I like it. So, and then right here,
just in the entrance of your going to the bed, you've got the thermostat. You can use just for heating, air conditioning, whatever you have, whatever you want to use there. You've got power for the bedroom. This is the deal to open up that vent, suck all the air out, and then the radio right there. So I think that mostly covers it. So on this side, a couple things I forgot to mention is there is a cupboard or a little thing here. I keep some extra the towels and stuff for the bathroom. And then on this side, I have, it's kind of a drawer. I just keep odds and ends and stuff in there. It's nice to have at least a drawer for that. Then you have a couple little storage deals. They're not very much in them, but you could put something there if you wanted. You have one there, and then one here. I think that's to do with something to get the awning in if the power quits. So anyway, and then down here we have a cupboard that is under the sink, and I keep some cleaning stuff, some garbage bags, and a few odds and ends down there.
So I think that mostly covers it. That's kind of just a really brief kind of walk through, kind of show you kind of what I've done and kind of what's come with this camper. One thing I didn't touch, of course, it does have fresh water, black water, and gray water. I can't remember right off what the sizes are, so I will just print it up on when I'm editing this, so I'll put that on there. But other than that, that's pretty much covers it. I really like it. I kind of wanted to go this way for a while, and now that I haven't been able to chance to use it, I really like it. I'm looking forward to being able to tow with it, be able to camper and then be able to tow, which will be happening within the next month. But other than that, yeah, it's nice. You do have a ladder on the back here that folds down so you can get up on top to do any maintenance or just to check if you have to do anything with the solar, or if you need. I get up there every so often and just check the roof, because if there's any cracks or anything, I don't want any leaks. So I get up, and after I got it, I did find a couple spots that were, one of them I know would have leaked, and I fixed it. And so at least I'm pretty sure it would leak. I guess I shouldn't say I know, but it looked like it could very possibly leak. So they have stuff you put on there, and it works really good. So I think that about covers it, and we'll catch you on the next one. If you have any questions, leave them down below and I'll do my best to answer them.